So right now we're on the cusp of it transitioning from a work zone to a home. The moment carpet goes down, the moment benches are in, it's now a home. It's no longer even a house, it's a home. Roof on is part of a phase of the build called getting it closed in. I would say that a build at that stage is about 60 to 70% the hard work of the structure is done, but now you move inside, it still feels like a building site. It still feels like, I say at that stage it's a house. And then when we move inside, we start turning it into a home. The difference between a house is it's a structure, and a home is a place that's got your colours, your tapware, your kitchen, your choices. One of the biggest things that goes through my head as I'm walking around the site right now is that it's no longer a building site. As we have things like appliances and bench tops going in, it's well and truly now someone's home. What happens is a lot of our tradies struggle to make that transition from building site to home. One of the hardest things is that outside is still a building zone. It is a mud pit, it's gravel, dirt, rocks, and we've got materials everywhere, but inside is no longer a building site, it's someone's home. And so what happens on site, it's really hard to make that transition from, you know, we've got lots of workers here, they're wearing work boots, they just want to get their job done, but we also now need to treat it like a home. You wouldn't walk around a building site in your slippers, but you wouldn't walk around someone's house with your wet, muddy work boots. So right now we're on the cusp of it transitioning from a work zone to a home. The moment carpet goes down, the moment benches are in, it's now a home. It's no longer even a house, it's a home. We need to be aware of things like mud and dust and little stones, because outside's still got base course everywhere. You need to take your shoes off as you're coming around inside. We'll definitely take our muddy shoes off before we go inside. But hope all you tradies watching do the exact same thing. You need to be aware of things like your handprints. Now that the walls are painted, you know, as you're working all day, your hands get a little bit dirty, and then you go to put something on the wall and you leave little fingerprints. So at this stage of the build, our builders, as they do like the hardware and they hang the mirrors and those last little bits, they also need to have wipes in the car. Two months ago, this garage was filled with jib and building materials. Now it's filled with appliances and cardboard boxes that have been emptied from things like bathroom vanities and mirrors and all of this final finished stuff. You know, the thing with jib and building materials, when it's not your final layer, if it gets a little bit dinged or damaged, you can always plaster over it, or you can use another sheet. The thing with all of these products are they're the final finished product that's going to be on display. The garage door used to be plywood, and now it's the final finished garage door. The doors still have the protective wrap on it, and we want to keep that there until the very last day. It's only a building site for a couple of months, and then it's someone's home for a long, long time. And we've got to remember that we're building spaces for people to live in, for people to eat, for people to sleep, for them to do their family life. And so if we can remember that while we're designing them and building them, and we can put that love and care and attention into them, it'll make a massive difference for how people interact with them. I personally love coming back and seeing the finished product. I like driving around and seeing the places I've done and seeing how like the gardening's coming together. I love seeing the little touches the owners are putting on them. You start to see their personality come out in more ways than one. Yeah, I think it's really important as a tradie to remember this finished product and remember that it might be your building site right now, but it's going to become someone's home.